I mean, what would you say? What are some of the main teachings in the Quran?
Well, I think Islam has an issue in that there are historical articulations of what's going on in the biblical stories that are just false. So the main one would be in the Quran, Surah 147. It denies the crucifixion. So it says that it has the Jews speaking and say, "We crucified Jesus, the son of Mary," which is kind of an odd thing. It denies the crucifixion. So it says that it has the Jews speaking and say, "We crucified Jesus, the son of Mary," which is kind of an odd thing. If the Jews believed he was the Messiah, that they were crucifying him. And then it says that that he was not crucified, nor was he killed, but it was made to appear to them. And so there's a face value denial of the crucifixion. Now
They say that he was real.
yes. So Muslims believe in Jesus. In fact, Jesus is mentioned 25 times.
Firstly, he doesn't even know what he's saying. The Quran has exactly 114 surahs, not 147. That's not a huge deal in casual speech, but it shows the speaker isn't deeply immersed in the text he's critiquing. More importantly, the Quran doesn't deny the event in the way claimed. Let's read the actual verse. An-Nisa 4:157. And they're saying, "Indeed, we have killed the Messiah, Jesus, the son of Mary, the messenger of Allah. And they did not kill him, nor did they crucify him, but another was made to resemble him to them. And indeed, those who differ over it are in doubt about it. They have no knowledge of it except the following of assumption. And they did not kill him for certain." Logically, this isn't a flat denial of what people saw or believed. It explicitly says it was made to appear to them. The verse acknowledges the appearance of a crucifixion, which matches every historical report of what onlookers witnessed. It reveals the divine reality. Allah saved Jesus from actual death at the hands of his enemies. This is the substitution or illusion theory, consistent with what history records people thought happened. No contradiction. It simply corrects the interpretation, just like a witness correcting a mistaken report.
On aware of the biblical narratives. And so when I'm reading the Quran and I'm reading some of the Quran's versions of these stories, it's not hard to pick up on where they're just not right.
Gotcha.
And ultimately, Surah 4, verse 157, that denies the crucifixion. That's a pretty serious one.
What does it say? What does it say? I mean, it denies the crucifixion.
Yeah, it says that he was neither killed nor was he crucified, but it was made to appear to them. And it says that even those who proclaim it are in doubt about it. So part of the problem is that there's a little bit of ambiguity in the wording of the Arabic.
Exactly as above, the made to appear clause is the key logical bridge. If the Quran ignored the historical reports entirely, that would be a problem. Instead, it explains them. This mirrors early Christian groups like certain Docetus in the 1st to 2nd centuries, who also taught Jesus only appeared to suffer. The Quran isn't inventing something wild. It's offering a theological correction to the Jewish boast, "We killed him," and the later Christian atonement doctrine built on it. If you're assuming the New Testament's theological spin is automatically history, that's circular reasoning. The Quran, as divine revelation, has the authority to clarify what really occurred. You can't refute revelation by presupposing the very text it corrects.
He did not die, nor was he crucified. It's that he wasn't crucified all the way because he didn't die, but that actually he recovered afterwards. And they have a story about him going to India and living to over 100 years and having a family and that kind of thing. But there is some ambiguity in the historical commentaries, the tafsir on this particular passage, to where there's debate even amongst Muslims as, is this a full outright denial of the crucifixion? That's what the kind of mainstream Sunni Orthodox perspective would be. But some believe that maybe Judas was dressed up like Jesus and he was put on the cross in Jesus's place, or that Jesus recovered, or that it never happened. It was all an illusion to begin with. But no matter which way you swing it, it's still a denial of one of the most established facts of all of history.
Yeah.
even like the most skeptical of biblical scholars, if they can say we can basically know nothing about the details of Jesus' life, we can say that he was crucified under Pontius Pilate because we.
This is the video's strongest sounding claim, but it's overstated and logically weak. Yes, the majority scholarly consensus today, including non-Christians like Ehrman, accepts that Jesus was executed by crucifixion around 30 to 33 CE. But most established fact in history, that's hyperbolic, compared to truly undeniable events like the fall of Rome or World War II, backed by mountains of contemporary documents, archaeology, and eyewitnesses from all sides. Here's what the sources actually are. The four Gospels, theological documents written 40 to 70 years later by believers, not neutral historians. They contradict each other on details. Who was at the tomb? What were Jesus' last words? Josephus' Antiquities, 93 CE, one brief mention. The key passage, Testimonium Flavianum, is widely considered partially or heavily interpolated by later Christians. Tacitus, Annals, 116 CE reports what Christians believed 80-plus years later, secondhand at best. No Roman execution records, no contemporary non-Christian eyewitnesses, no archaeological proof specific to this one event among thousands of crucifixions. Scholars use tools like multiple attestation and criterion of embarrassment to say something happened. But those are probabilistic arguments, not proof beyond reasonable doubt. The Quran's account fits perfectly. It appeared to everyone, including later historians, that he was crucified because it was made to appear so. The divine perspective simply reveals the rescue. Claiming history proves the Quran wrong begs the question. It assumes human sources can't be mistaken about the ultimate reality when God says otherwise. The video's entire case rests on one unproven assumption, that first-century human reports, mostly from one religious community, override divine revelation. Logically, that's backwards. If the Quran is from the creator of the universe, it has the final say on what really happened, and it graciously explains why it looked like a crucifixion to everyone involved. No historical contradiction, no error, just a clearer picture. If you're a truth seeker, read Surah 4:157, 159, and the full context for yourself. Compare sources fairly. History is written by humans. Truth comes from God. Drop your thoughts below. Have you watched the original? What other parts should we tackle next? Like, subscribe. Assalamu alaikum.